Hey guys, this is Black Golden 7 here, and today I am going to be discussing our KCBL Semifinals matchup as we are going up against our good friend Kevin, or the Kevengers, or we also call Kevengers Infinity War Part 4. That's going to be way better than Infinity War, or whatever the hell is the new movie, like Rosarade. The name is whatever the hell that name is called. So whatever. Um, so this matchup is by far, I'd say, one of the big ones. And honestly, I really like don't know what Kevin's gonna be bringing. Because let me just go over. As you already noticed, that I already have the team up in his on the screen on the right side, right head side, so hopefully you guys can see it. But yeah, his team consists of Landorus-T, Milotic, Rosarade, Mesprit, Noivern, Dusclops, Mega Camera, Clefable, Scizor, Scrafty, and Rotom Frost. Now, I also have my team that I used to beat him last time, and you also see right there my the actual team I'm going to be bringing, so you already can know what I'm going to be bringing, so yeah. On the bottom I do have my mons here, and on this side right here is like, like all the matchups, right there and there. So, as you know, you probably noticed if you're watching or paying attention to KCBL, there are no Z move restrictions, so you could actually have, like, any Z move on any mod. So that alone scares the hell out of me because, like, there's like only 2 or 3 Pokemon that could do it, but just about anyone else can. So, and I know which one's pretty much going to be the Z move mod this time around, and I am looking at you, Mr. Landorus, Mr. 100% usage and OU VGC. Well, not VGC 19 because everyone's running grass types. You're gonna get crapped on by Kyogre, but yeah, I honestly expect Landorus to come in this game, and I don't know what variant, but I don't think he's gonna bring defensive because last time he brought like a Scarf set, and it didn't really do that much work because my Bouffalon just got the roll and just killed him. Granted, it was like around the 44-45% chance if you factor the crit, like just to kill like Landorus. So it was, yeah, it was a roll in his favor to not not die, but we're talking about not dying here. So we're talking about not dying. So at that point, Landorus is gonna die. It was gonna faint to head charge no matter what happened, or to the following move as well. So so this Landorus is really scary. I don't know whether he's gonna run Scarf again. It could be a possibility. I know Landorus does learn that one move Punishment, which kind of invalidates any setup I have with Megalodios. Not gonna lie. It also has access to, of course, U-turn, Knockoff, usual good stuff, Earthquake. I don't think he brings Special Landorus and Defog, but I don't even think he brings Defog. Very likely what I think he's gonna bring is probably like Fly MZ. With Fly. However, his coverage might be wonky, but it's enough to get by or kill something on my team, which, again, this is level 50, so Z moves do a lot more damage than level 100, so I gotta be very careful, especially the fact that he has options to boost up, like Bulk Up, Source Stamp, but yeah. I 100% expect Landorus this game, because he otherwise doesn't have a way to beat my, my Crocodile and my Girder. So, even though I have them for this Landorus. So yeah. The one set I'm very concerned about is the Double Dance Landorus, which pretty much means that he just sets up twice and he wins. He just literally wins. Like, the only thing way I can think of that he could just pull it off is with like a dual screens. With Mesprit right here. But I don't know. So then we have Milotic. It was very huge for him the last time, or in the semifinals. But it wasn't as impressive against me because he brought like a heat set versus my Heatran, apparently it was a coil set, which I'll be honest, I don't think I was I don't think it was good against me. Especially the fact that I had like, well, we had Buffalon or Country Road, so it would just kill it. Nah, just kidding. But like, um, but the fact that we had like sub Manaphy or sub Telco Manaphy would just like beating it down. So, but then again, like I don't think he's gonna bring that. I think he's probably gonna bring competitive Milotic with like, I don't know, like this like Scald Recover and or Moonslot Syndrome. I don't know what he because not Rock Blast. But yeah, like I said, I think Milotic actually has before Moonslot Syndrome in this game. Like Kevin wants to have Haze, he wants to have Toxic, he wants to have Recover, or no, he wants to have like, of course, Ice Beam. You want to have like Refresh, Magic Guard, or no, not Magic Coat, but like Miracle, Whirlpool. So like, let me just list down all of those. Refresh, Toxic. Like notice that the coverage becomes very weak, and it's just like it just makes it null in a sense. And I actually think he might bring like, let's say, a Toxic Refresh Milotic, maybe with like Whirlpool, like a standard Whirlpool set with Toxic Refresh or something like that. Could actually be very viable in this game, but again, it's not as strong. Like, if let's say if he gets Toxic, he has to keep going for that multiple times where I have a chance to set up. So, and also he needs Haze for like stopping like Manaphy or my other mons from setting up. So we'll see what that happens. So, but I do think Milotic has a place in this team. So yeah, I do think Rosarade makes an appearance because this is like his one only counter to Manaphy. And this week I am probably risking it all versus this thing. I actually think he's not going to bring it, Rosarade, at all. I just don't know why, but I just feel like he's not going to bring it. But then again, like, he's kind of forced to run Hidden Power Ground. He's kind of forced to have, like, spikes, Toxic Spikes. Then, like, let's say Giga Drain. And then, like, I think it was a Berry set or something, so... But then again, like, Rosarade can do plentiful options as well, so... It's not like this thing can't do anything. It can do a lot of support options. So, I've used it many times in the... Mesprate's probably the biggest wild card in this game, in my opinion, because, like, honestly, it can do almost anything, almost similar to Mew, but at a budget. Except, it can I also have Healing Wish, so... He also has Rocks, U-Turn, Stealth Rocks, let's say, Bolt Beam coverage, like, you can even have Recycle, Calm Mind, which is kind of Recycle Calm Mind and a Papa Berry, which is a set I actually ran in a PFA, like, a while back, so... But then again, chances are likely, I think he's gonna bring some kind of, like... If he does bring Mesprit, I have a strong feeling this is gonna be Dual Spring. Like, I have a very strong feeling this is Dual Strings, and this is and then this team's gonna be more offensive than usual, and it kind of suits his playstyle. So yeah. So I don't want to like speak things to the truth, but then it might just be the case. Noivern, I think Noivern is probably underrated in this game, and honestly, could mess me up if he has the right sets. Like Frisk alone just kind of like gives him so much information for his speed. I don't know if he's gonna try to run Infiltrator. Like Infiltrator could be useful if I have substitutes, but I think he might just run Infiltrator just because I may run substitute mons here and there, and I do like running to my screens. So maybe he runs Infiltrator, but Frisk could actually be very like you'll give him momentum. And not only that, like with Z moves, he has like Z Draco, which hits hard. He has a fast Defogger. He has Taunt, Super Fang, Roost, which is actually a very nice stall breaker versus some of my team members. Then of course we have Dustclops. I don't think he brings this at all. Like it's very passive versus my team in general. Like it gets hard walled by some of my best mons like Florges, Latias, Manaphy. So I don't even think he's just gonna bring If he brings it, it's probably for the camera up tier. And honestly, I don't know about if he brings camera up. I really don't know he brings camera up here. Like, my team doesn't really suffer a lot from it. The only way he needs to bring camera up and Dustclops together. Like, there is no other way. Or you mess correct. Because both of them offer a good trick room mode. But even then, he needs a way to kill my Latias and my Manphy. Otherwise, this can go to it really quickly. So yeah. Of course, he has these 3 mons, which I think will likely make an appearance. Like, I know these 2 for sure. So, yeah. Camera up is very scary. It's 2 shots to my whole team bar Latias, but then he has all these other mons. And then we have Clefable, which is by far the biggest threat on his team, aside maybe Landorus and possibly Milotic from a defensive standpoint. But yeah, like, Clefable is by far the biggest obstacle on my, like, just stopping this team from getting to finals. That's literally it. Like, I don't even know what set he's gonna bring. I think he's forced to bring Unaware. But in my mind, the only way he can break my team, and I really don't hope I speak this to heart, or whatever. And by the way, this video will be going up like after this game is done, so yeah. So just keep that in mind. So, but yeah, like the only thing I don't think the only set that I think he brings with Magic Guard is like, let me just type this in: Store Power, Charge Beam, Cosmic Power, and like Soft Foil. This set could actually really mess me up really badly, especially if I lose Heatran. Of course, I have to get Manaphy in and just kill it right there, as you'll see. But like, chances are likely I think Kevin has to run Aware, because if there's a good chance that Unaware is like just stops everything, stops his setup, stops his mode, stops his team in general. So yeah. There's also the chance he might run Encore with maybe like a Unaware set with Encore, or like Calm Mind, Moonblast, Burst Protect. But we'll see. Or even Moonlight. But I don't know. Scizor, I don't think he brought it the last game. I don't think he did bring it. But he has brought it extensively throughout the season, so yeah. I kind of expect Scizor, like, if he does bring Scizor, I expect a really crazy ass set. Like, maybe it's, like, I wouldn't even leave out Scarf or Choice Band Scizor, or his Agility, pass to something, so yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he has Choice Scarf Scizor. Like, no, but yeah, that's something he would do, maybe. So yeah. And Scrafty. Oh, Scrafty. You almost 6-0'd me. You almost 6-0'd me, dude. Dude, you almost 6-0'd me, but Crocodile got that roll on you, but... And now we're just gonna be like, pretend that it never happened, so yeah. But yeah, I really don't think Scrafty's gonna have the Z move this time around. He might bring like more defensive Scrafty set, or Dragon Dance with like maybe a Papa Berry. But chances are likely, I think he brings like Scrafty, almost the same or whatever. But he does have to rely on Dragon Dance to boost up, so that's something. Maybe he runs it with Crunch, but I don't know. Then lastly, we have Rotom Frost, which I doubt he makes an appearance because I have like 2 of his best counters in Heatran, Florges. Hell, like even my Girder could like counter this thing, as well as like Latias and Manaphy outspeed it. So yeah, even Crook can outspeed this. So, well, I just said one of my mons. So yeah. All right, so let's just get into the team builder, and first we have our Heatran set. Now this Heatran set, I believe, is basically the same, like, moveset wise, yeah. And the only reason why I kept it largely the same was because, like, I kind of couldn't put rocks on Crocodile, because if I put rocks on Crocodile, Crocodile will die to something on his team. I can't put rocks on Crocodile at all. Like, that's pretty much the problem. And there's no other time where I want to get rocks up aside with Heatran. Heatran is probably the best rocker I have on this squad. So yeah. So I have Stealth Rocks, Lava Plume, Taunt, and Toxic, and it was very effective, like end game, at endgame Mon for like his for the rest of like the end game and when we battled like in game 5. So as you notice, we do have Flame Body, and Flame Body might sound very weird, but it actually kind of makes sense because a lot of his Pokemon are very like, or his, except for Landorus, like make physical contact. And if well then again, Clefable might be the only one I don't want it burned. But and yeah, I am running Lava Plume because I want to be able to burn stuff like Landorus on the switch in, Scizor, even though Scizor might even die, Scrafty. Really, that's about it. And then everything else, I just Toxic. It's just really Landorus, just giving me better chances to burn it, just weaken it. Getting rid of it, like, its offensive prowess is just huge. As, I don't even know if he's gonna run, like, a Cleric set with a Clefable. And if he does run Cleric Clefable, then that means he has to run something different. Like, he's not running either a coverage option or a setup option, so... speaking of that, I do have Taunt Toxic just to prevent, just pretty much stall break and just break. And just break Toxics and Paralysis. Oh, not Toxic, but like well, yeah, Toxic throughout his team. I just prevent him from recovering. So yeah, especially on Milo. The only thing I don't like is that this Heatran set's like the same thing, except the fact that it outspeeds Scrafty and Jolly Scizor. Yeah, I actually outsped Jolly Scizor for this game. I think. Because like the one problem that came up from the last game was the fact that I wasn't able to outspeed Scrafty at all, and I just realized that, and I couldn't get the taunt off quickly enough, and I knew that I was in a very bad situation, and he could have swept me right there, and if I had like more speedy Vs, I would have prevented a sweep right there and then there with the Heatran. Yes, I risked Heatran like getting hit, but at least I didn't get swept. So this time around we have a lot of speed just to prevent any setup on, say, Scrafty or anything else, Mesprit. We have a lot of speed on this Heatran. We could. I don't think he's gonna run a lot of speed with Milotic. So yeah. It's a very good like wall breaker, or stall breaker, and just spread status all across his team. And if we could just wear down his like key mons, like let's say the Landorus, the like Clefable, especially if it's unaware Clefable or like anything else, then Heatran's gonna do a major job there. Regarding Clefable, I have to kind of play very conservatively and just go for taunt immediately because I can't, like, for the Cosmic Power mindset or Cosmic Power set, I cannot beat Clefable. I cannot beat Clefable with this Heatran because of course, I have a Papa Fairy, and the other is that I don't have like Flash Cannon. I tried to fit it on the team, like I tried to fit rocks on the team, but it felt like, yeah, Heatran's the only good rocker. So in that, I have to like make sure that we have to wear down or kill Clefable ASAP. So yeah. But chances are likely that Heatran could just win the game on its own accord, like it did in the other game. So yeah, once it could just wall out everything else with Heatran plus Latias. So yeah. Then we have our Scarf Crocodile, which is pretty much one of our win cons, with Earthquake, Knockoff, Superpower, and Iron Tail. Now I am debating on Iron Tail or Crunch, because I don't even know if I want Iron Tail, because it's just there just to have for Clefable. And Clefable is always annoying. And that's like kind of my failsafe in case like Heatran dies and I need to get like, I have to kill Clefable, otherwise it sweeps my whole team. Like this is like pretty much the set I'm talking about, so yeah. We do have Moxie this time around. Well yeah, I think we had it the same thing. I think it's like, this is mainly the same set. The only difference is that yeah, the Iron Tail really for the Clefable. So Superpower is just there to hit Scrafty. Knockoff is just nice, just remove items, and Earthquake, but like he doesn't really have the best ground resistances aside maybe all his levitators. Like he has like a bunch of flying mons, let's say Mesprit, Noivern, Landorus, and Rotom. Yeah, he has like 4 ground immunes, but at the same time, everything else isn't really a good resistance. So yeah, I mean Milo could take it, but yeah, Milo. I don't think Crocodile is gonna be our primary win con. It's gonna be like the last thing that's available for us. That like once it starts, everything's weak, and he could just come in, get some Moxie boost, and just win the game. It's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna need this guy for the beginning of the game. No, I think Crocodile is gonna be saved for the very end. Like once Manaphy, even Latias and Fortress have done their job. So now this set. There's a long pause there, but I actually like this Fortress set. And it took me like so long to figure this out. And I honestly was so close to running Choice Specs Fortress. I was so damn close running to Choice Specs Fortress. But I just couldn't like phantom the possibility of him Hatcher stacking me and then me realizing, oh crap, I'm gonna lose to this. So yeah, or that or status. So yeah. So I'm like, okay, what's the best option? The second best option. And then it was Life Orb, but I was like, wait, I'm weakening myself, so what's the second or the third best option after that? I was like, alright, Pixie Plate. Now, I never ran offensive Forges, but this might be the one time I might have to do it, because Pixie Plate Forges actually can do KO a crap ton of his mons. Like Landorus, originally it's like it does like 40% to like even 51%, 40 to 51%, which is kind of a roll with rocks. But then again, he could have it best. But with this, I actually guarantee knockout or 2-shot Landorus. And of course, Clefable is actually like, if it gets some prior damage, like let's say like at least 50%, and that can be achieved if he's unaware. Like Clefable dies. Like it will literally die with 2 Moonblasts, and that's huge. Of course, he could have Protect, but if he does not have Protect on his unaware Clefable, then that's huge because I just get rid of a huge threat out of the way. And Milo, this does like I think 40% to like Milo, which is even or 30 to 40%, whereas it was like doing 20 or 30%, which is like good, which is not good but bad. So yeah. So yeah, Moonblast just 2 shots or 2 KO, anything that's not 2 shots or 3 KOs, almost everything that's not like that's not resisted. Like not even camera up, like camera up won't even take a hit like very well. Which is like very crazy if you think about it. And that's also the chance of Moonblast special attack drops, so yeah. Now the only other moves I actually put up there were the standard cleric support sets like Aromatherapy, Wish, Defog, because I felt like Defog without either of those options, like my team would suffer immensely. Like because he has the potential to hazard stack me, and he has the potential to status my whole team, and I don't have that much great recovery options on my Forges or the rest of my mods, so I felt that Wish was still nice. So this is pretty much me trying to like weave out like kind of like trying to like carve out a solid Forges set this time around and make sure like, oh, it's gonna be doing work. Now I didn't run max defense Forges with Pixie Plate because one, it doesn't get the Oko on Landorus. Like it just barely does, but even then you could just get like, you know, more HP, a special defense investment, or yeah. And then like the Fable was also a problem, so so I stuck with Bodice. And yes, even though Scrafty could be like a problematic in Landorus as well, they still don't want to take a boosted Pixie Plate Moonblast, so yeah. So that's all I have to say about Florges. It's very standard. It's kind of the same, but to be honest, it's like I think it's a good set. So yeah. Then we have our Mega Latias, which yeah, I'm running Charm. So thought process of that. I really dislike Dragon Dance Scrafty after what just happened. After that battle, I just kind of realized, yeah, Dragon Dance Scrafty kind of like, if it gets set up against Latias, it kind of beats my whole team down. Unless, of course, I had Girder, but like, then again, he could have Z's and Headbutt, so that's another thing. So what I decided was, I was like, okay, what's the best option against Latias, or against his team? And obviously, I thought Calm Mind would be a good idea, but like none of his he has basically good ways to beat Calm Mind with his team, and I have to constantly recover with Florges, and I think he's gonna be able to get rid of Florges ASAP if he wants to. But this time around, I decided Charm was really nice because it prevents Scrafty from becoming a threat and just lets me chip it down with Ice Beam or Surf. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have not decided between Ice Beam and Surf at the moment of this battle, so whatever I go with, just ignore me. Now, just know that Ice Beam just one-shots Landorus, except if he's like a Yachi Berry or something. Whereas Surf does like almost like to 80 to 90%, or even Oko's Landorus, like Noble 8 Landorus with Rocks up, which is crazy. No, I think that's like Manaphy, but we'll get to that. But it does a lot of damage in general. Just know that in general. So we have Psychic just because we want to be able to hit the Clefable on the more softer, especially defensive side. I think he's gonna run like a lot of defense on Clefable and just run mostly special defense, like little to no special defense, since Clefable might just be boosting up with Calm Mind for the game. So yeah, I didn't rank Calm Mind solely because I know that Clefable can beat Mega Latias in a 1v1 if it's unaware with Toxic like status up against me. I could have ran Stored Power, but again, this would have meant that I have to forgo coverage. And I don't even want to forgo coverage against this guy's team, so... and speaking of coverage, Psychic, Ice Beam, and also Surf, to a degree, hits his entire team for hard damage. Now, if I were me, I'd probably consider running, like I don't know, like Surf on this moveset as well, but the threat of Scrafty is too great. And the fact that Landorus could just set up almost immediately. So yeah, I need to have something for like Landorus. Like it's pretty much something for Landorus. I am walled by Scizor, but I don't know. I don't know if he brings Scizor to this game. Like I feel like he has to bring like Landorus, Milotic, Rosarade, Clefable, Scrafty, and like all fast mon. Like I guess Scizor could work, but Scizor's not the fastest Pokemon around, especially without like the Bullet Punch. So unless he has like the only other option I could see him going with is like, let's say like a Trick Room mode, or having like, let's say Noivern or Scarf Rotom. That's the only way I see it, or even Scarf Roserade. So yeah. But yeah, like Psychic, Ice Beam, Surf just does so much damage to his team in general, especially the fact that I am Modest Nature. So, and it does like just, I'm pretty much chipping away at him. Like Latias could just either chip away at his team or just clean in general, which is really nice. So, yeah. I don't think like this is like a really bad Pokemon to bring for this game or set, but this is probably my like one of the best I could come up with during this time. So yeah. I will have to decide between Ice Beam and Surf in the near, like once like I approach the battle, because there is the benefit of having Surf in the fact that like, oh, I hit Scizor, but Ice Beam is pretty much the same thing as Surf coverage wise. It's just that I hit like, let's say like Noivern for better damage, and Landorus, and I even get the chance to freeze stuff. So yeah, and freeze can be very nice to have. So yeah, that's my thought process on that. So then we have Girder. Now Girder wasn't really supposed to be here, but I think I was thinking about bringing Buffalon again, but then I realized after what Scrafty did, I just realized, yeah, I really need something for his team in general. The fact of the matter is, I wanted a Pokemon that could handle, let's say Scrafty, Dusclops, Rotom Frost, Rosarade, Milotic, and even Landorus, and this was the best mon I could think of. Now, I originally had Buffalon because Buffalon actually two-shotted his entire team as far like Dusclops. And Buffalon would have came to this game, but I think he would have had ways around it, so yeah. Now, regarding the set, I am bringing Impish Nature with the bulk up. Now, this is not like a bulk up set, like, oh, I'm gonna sweep with bulk up and win. It's only there because I want to take a Supersonic Strike from Z-Fly Landorus-T. That's basically it. And just equip back with Ice Punch. However, this set could be very useful against Rosarade and like Milotic. It's probably gonna be my go-to wall or go-to pivot going into those mons. Just going knockoff, Ice Punch, hoping for a freeze, or just going for the moving items here and there. So yeah, I'm not gonna try and like attempt to go for freezes every time, but if I can, I can. So yeah, knockoff is really nice. Just remove items, and Rain Punch is just really nice with the bulk up to boost up your defenses. Now I will say that the only like Mesprit can just really mess up Girder as like Z-Fly Landorus or Noivern. But this guy is pretty much the very glue of the team that I was missing. And it was very helpful against the it can be very helpful against Scrafty, the Rosarade, and even Milotic. However, the lack of Buffalon means I don't have a way to kill Clefable anymore. But then again, the way I killed Clefable last game was the fact that it was unaware, so I toxiced it and went for taunts multiple times. Well, to just stop it from like setting up in general, so yeah. But with knockoff, hopefully we can circumvent its leftovers or whatever recovery it's gonna have. So yeah. It's not gonna be my win con, but it's definitely like a good mon to have in general, so yeah. A very good glue mon if you ask me. Similar to Florges and Heatran. But it can be a win con if it like if we're able to remove like say Mesprit, the Camerupt, Landorus, or if we get everything weakened and Girder is still alive, then yeah, I could see this thing going to town, so yeah. And lastly, we have Manaphy, which yeah, I am actually gonna run Waterium Z this time around, so now you might be wondering why I have Rain Dance, and you might be thinking, well, it's obvious for the Rain Dance, Rain Dance, and you might be right. Yes, it gives me that option, and it could be an option that you run against him. However, the thing about it is, I'm running Z Surf in tandem with Rain Dance to boost my power to kill an Unaware Clefable. Now, Unaware Clefable, I think, has like a... If he has no special investment, like absolutely no special investment, and he does not click Protect, because that's gonna be big right there. Waterium Z Surf in the rain Okos Clefable, or like leaves it at like 1% or something like crazy. So, and that's very huge versus that matchup. And if he's like Magic Guard, then of course I could just Tail up and just kill it right there. So, now this set is very, very risky, and I acknowledge this running it, but I realized that I wanted a way for Manaphy just to like blow past his team, just break it, like break his entire team in just one go. And I think this is pretty much my best answer. Now, Waterium Z Surf with +3 Tail I think actually Oko's no bulk Rosarade, which is like insane, and then also like does a crazy amount to his entire team, from what I can tell. Like, I don't think Neuverd after Rocks takes a +3 Surf and Rain. I don't think Metspread at all. Milo gets like 3-shotted, especially if it has Toxic. Dusclops dies. Samrupt LOL. Clefable, it depends. Like, it actually gets like 2-shotted. Like if you get rocks up against it, but chances are likely it has like, let's say Protect or something like that. So yeah, Scizor, Scrafty, and Rotom just die. The +3 Surf and Rain. Like, it's pretty simple as that, so yeah. Or even +3 in general for Scizor in Scrafty's case, so yeah. Just have rocks up and just let Manaphy just wall break his team and just kill everything. Like, that's literally my plan. Have Manaphy just do as much wall breaking as possible. And for like there's something else that happens, but yeah. I am running no other coverage options because I felt that like there was a strong possibility that he brings some sort of like T-Wave, Toxic, or any status against Manaphy, and I wanted something to like recover me off, like recover off status while being like, you know, sort of like being self-reliable, self-sufficient. So while having like sort of all this recovery and there's a way to boost up, and this is where like, what like Manaphy is here for. Like it's literally designed to do this. It's literally created to do this set. Like, yeah, Z-Surf is Rain Dance is also an option to sweep. Like, once I set up to +3 Togo, and yeah, it's like a double dance set in a way, but it doesn't go to +1 or +2 speed. So, so yeah, it's just kind of like giving yourself like a +5 or plus like Togo plus like Watery like plus Rain Dance. It's like giving yourself like another boost. Like, so yeah. The only thing I'll say is that Rosarade and to a degree Milotic and Clefable can be problematic for this Manaphy set. But everything else on its team has to watch out because it will not enjoy taking this set. It will not enjoy taking the +3 Surf. It will not enjoy taking those moves very well. And yeah, I can just nuke down whatever the hell I want once Rosarade's down. I mean, yeah, basically. And if Clefable is still alive, and if I find out it's Magic Guard, I'm just gonna tell Glow and just click the win button at this point. So yeah. So I guess this is the team I am bringing. Like I said, I really don't know about this set with Latias. It's gonna come down to like a game decision. Like, I think he's seen me run like Surf before, so yeah. But I think with Girder and Manaphy, we were able to deal with Scizor very nicely, so yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna probably end it off right there because I took like 40 minutes just explaining this team, so yeah. Far longer than what Joey would explain it, so yeah. Alright guys, I'll just end it here, so talk to you later.